Okay, and then so that for Fran Yankopon, I also had in a CS strong con at the manor if it says no noa anka yen sebi. And da washeshe and near manina Adiama or na quanso. The Akan say yen pansuno. Ye be hunu say oyo Yankopon na oye dear oye na onene dear oni na otiase da na afi your son in more. Na itini ekoye nim said they say na efata. We need to kwaku so je ha original TV every betena se na ensemo a ye yesi ho se na ebehwe ni Mpensenmpensenmu no enim penifo mienu bi a o maje pene ese na o mo ne betena se adi nkomo kane opani bi a se ukọ NDC amanyoko no mu a ono na deputy national communication officer Fred Agbenyo owo ahase Sanso ana enua Palgrave Boakye Danquah enso so opania okasa ema aban on governance and security ono so ewo efia mpenfo emoma kwaba
ye nya beba che yitia
hono mu boko de
ba dia daruma
Fred boko de mete wonkana oninam hanu atu echina yesi Papua New Guinea echina na oninam onti omanmu ade utu ajai
Wato na eti me ma. O doubt me da. Me nya kranka se ma change Mrs. Shukra. Wato na eti me.
Obenya nka o change.
In any case, Abana Fane way said, baby, I'm if you put them in now, declare the republic on its own. That the people of Sandro Kofi, apart from Lobby, also my entry about. Anybody there and I don't talk about me. And the idea. And the team they are children coy. Intimate no meet your money when you after every 3 days you are not and baby after. I'm a virgin on my samba. But I think me watch it. It's not my film.
It's my film.
I mean I just got Jeremy idea.
Ochunumoko dada. Oro ochunumoko dada.
And you be trying my grandma.
Why to say unsa no pena obi ka say now and the to them say oh yeah Fred dada. On them. Ochunumoko dada. Palgrave ochunumoko dada.
But ile dey obeka makono.
Oh,
il a vu choisi
Anyway,
okay.
Good to see you.
It's good to be here. It's really good to see you.
Talking about e-levy, and I have faith for the past 4 days, e-levy, any abetna. Many opportunity ni for implementing committee members ni be implementation committee members ni. And GRA for me being so commander, I had a conversation on radio with the head of IT or GRA. So Mushas and said the name called complaints and call for Edibe Jam, and so maybe born a man here. They are far politics, Obia Fram, so Montomobo, and their Palgrave Mbeba be this uncommon. But we there technicalities, no, and or by so Babe Edgeman. And go for say complaining. Implementation no before implementation no me te say opani bi te say Sam George na oni omo twenso a say omunya nya ready. In fact no many Kofi many Isaac Kwabna Amoako edi nkomo asem o kan ne say you can say charging entities no nanka there was a common platform also multi plug in. But time ye shall say no na omo be various reasons as to why omo ntimi unplug in ntema commissioner general at the Tabi Babontin say omo adopt a strategy called can say a modified phase approach. Yeah, say issues beba but wa ye betu sika wrongfully biano. There is a way ubetimi ya reverse osika ediama yes answer mo bi na St. George ka ho asem
me nua bema me dase me chia wa sign din chia ama wa hwefo anopay na e-levy implementation no se pesi eyi ano a ye be yi ano no say was government ready to implement e-levy ho emwaye no no carry government was fully ready for the implementation of e-levy. Yen church mu kakra the banks, are close to about 23. And your EMIs, EMIs, electronic money issuers, almost about 5. And your PSPs, almost payment services providers. Now percentages be on my say the two on I ma who say yes, as at 1st of May, now I buying IF very much ready to implement the e-levy. Percentage in here say payment service providers, now on why you're close to about 60% ready to implement e-levy. Banks also normally about 50% ready for the implementation of e-levy. And EMIs also normally about 40%. So that kind EMIs in here Airtel Tigo. Airtel Tigo normally about 80% ready. I almost say by 15th of May they will go into full implementation in terms of connecting the aggregator, saying API and application programming interface. And no Emma Obia or D Jumadi with e-levy, Airtel Tigo, Vodafone, MTN, and a Glow, and EMIs, any PSPs, to me who say this is what is happening on the common platform. And I to say interoperability. Into as at 1st of July. You see, by that time, now all those other persons, banks, Kakranak, and 40% of banks, and about 60% of EMIs, no more very ready to connect it to it. Now, also with our readiness, now I can see a face approach, Naturally, say yes, expect say you benya a few challenges, kakra. Now in that expectation, the refund policy be to honum say yes. I am pa 11 no nkofo bi ono mo send this below the threshold. Yet yomo a technicalities be yes a refund policy no. Ebe to me am to refund you sika. I to say be me am wa he anopam pesa me send this ema wo pato na my mistake. Ebi our number no. And they with 09 and they be a 06. Inti they be a make frame a telecommunication operator market so sikana ma send no answer na nipa ne best start here yimami and they always have a way on refund sanyama no eba. In terms of government implementation of e-levy there you bet me I can say yampa we were very much ready for the implementation. But in some Nema Kakrana experience here in terms of refund policy, yeah, the need to on there will be a transaction below 100 Ghana cedis. Nipa no ebe way. But also to be able to state say in Nema 11 ekava say we transactions above 100 Ghana cedis. Threshold 100 Ghana cedis.
We'll come there, but then you stay a little longer on the readiness because didn't I me person share one some can say. They said they all kind of say electronic money or charging entities. As at yesterday, I found out that Obian Enyang connected to the common platform now.
Accurate.
So maybe sir say, didn't you give them timelines? In fact, Mpensenmpensenmu nipa no too much because he was a technical person. And he is just implementing and so I am say muma encrofono timelines. Charging entities. And say muma more timelines. Did they agree? What have they told you? Say a reason here still because common platform. I found out what it does. That's the only way we can monitor how much more charging and Nanka. The last time I checked, 24 hours. Also, Mudiscano, a quarter of bank kukum on them. Now, also, I'm in 48 hours because. And yeah, buying fault, but charging entities no a fault until no more plug it in. So why mo go Mpensenmpensenmu or more now?
Minji this Minyabema 11 passage into law was on the last day of the month of March, and our president I sent here into law. Everybody had a period of about 1 month, 31 days of April, to be able to prepare. Now at the government side, GRA. To me, prepare to make sure say the application programming interface was ready. Charging entities on a larger scale, 80% of them collectively, from the 23 banks to the 5 EMIs, electronic mobile issuers to the PSPs, majority of them were ready for the implementation of the e-levy and the interface of it. Now, in the phase approach, the INSA, it's saying to me who transactions are all the independent EMIs, any charging entities, to continue to do their charging. Now, moya charging then you come and give account to GRA. Now, in the trust of integrity, these platforms, say there is not a way of charging entities. Because say, Abia will be ascending this number of persons, ascend this account, and no one person be accounted for. I know there's always a way. GRA always has a way of going around to check. Say Nemana will declare no. Abia nenye the full of it. Inti I didn't say by the 1st of July. Now all these other charging entities now munya ready with in terms of their own preparedness and software in Yamano. No munya ready. Until by 1st of July everybody would have been able to connect. But even in the midst of the processes from today, the 5th of May, I could see 1st of July no. Bebre now be ready no. They'll be connected to that interface. I be making sure say all the transactions now air cost no. At least GRA is able to see, and the various telecommunication companies in any telcos and also are able to see in real time. Send a mobile money interoperability no. So na API no. Na ya connector. I'm obiye who in Sikasa air cost no.
No, say na Mpensenmpensenmu says say. Oh, but he was not in a good position to tell me say say and then and also so no almost say well act in a case almost judges kana also almost finance minister amane say and also more reporting my finance minister. I was wondering say a bit my BBB because he live here very sensitive and people talk about it with emotions. Dina me dwen ho say ye betimi apekwan bi ebefa so ama the public will know from time to time how much we've been able to accrue, what we are using it for. To say the town hall meeting no more, so that when me member and I'm advising somebody say, "Man, bypass the system, no pay your e-levy," I'll have a good reason to do so. Say the me say cash ni aje na juma edi ni.
Mini abema what dream you find no correct. I mean, all throughout revenue mobilization every year, be a GRA at the bar out. Ghana my who say Sika yeni Sika yeni nini 11 also. Yes, in fact, as it is, the GRA is under the Ministry of Finance. Now, already GRA, they are the designated institution to collect revenue in this country. And in terms of finance, so they are also the designated ministry to ensure say the economic management of those funds are used well. Inti nokre aban beko so abo Ghana mine internasie ne juma ni sika yenya eni jumadi aye de koye 11 no answer na ye be chance ne ye Ghana fo nya atiase. Say the main reason aye electronic levy transaction no any act no any say ye pese expand the tax bracket. It's say ye share your tax bracket net na e kitu ebi nipa be 30.8 million or more Ghana are close to about 18 million a year working class. Now, nipa beye just 2.36 million per in a year income taxes. You know, that's just a now, so another digital economy no a grow. I mean, from 2016, digital economy they grow from 79 million Ghana cedis to the tune of close to about 500 billion Ghana cedis. As you see, is estimated to grow to about 900 billion Ghana cedis in terms of transactions. I also on the interface of digital platform. Nokre sikana yebenye fi 11 no in addition to expanding the tax bracket no ya science so aka say you be making sure say huge infrastructure say koso in the road sector no you be making sure say e be koso wano yes I be making sure say entrepreneurial base na say set it up for Ghana memu wano so no you be making sure say Ghana 1 million young people ombetumi atumi ashom ejuma say e dey ahoto abom akaso mo dache na makase sa initiative we ebia ye hu ne mfa so ende o yesi abrabo no yeboko yenim na so ne ntia se no wechi ebia time yebedu be ye 2030 Ghana fo betwe omani o ma hwe say say ebia 1 million ejuma abei nipa bia onya 1 million nipa bia for 20 people na say 20 million jobs in ye create but I say yebedu 2030 yebeda na yechi ni hu say ye 1 million companies grow compete even on the African continent. Inti CSS nyama we nya na megidi se Ghana fo nya agi 11 natum se ade a ebeboa oman no ama oman no etumpon akonanim.
Well, Fred Akwababiu so me dene sha say there ono ne wa ban mu na with the explanations out there ma ono ne ada I think say I say wakoma to yem kakra about E-levy because now His Excellency the former president any kase or kase NDC eba power 2025 enya so mu in na se munya ba power say pe you are going to repeal the E-levy and judging by nsempa or kase no na ba be wow minor ni ade unemployment ni nyama ahodo a E-levy be so more repeal am ha Ghana for ana
pato me dase bebre me chia na ehwefo nyinara ene me nua Palgrave na Palgrave me hunu ne no na nka osobia oyo sofo obi okwa asore pa na betina yesi okasa yesi ano ama me hu ya adwere me kakra sanya bia amanyo se me se nipa se ne bia amanyo se me ye wanhwe hu si ya na e de boni ada be hye okon na so na ka won tesa akoma so ntesa
oh oya nyame ni papa tro na me books bebere
oman led by omanpenin na be di echi ewia Ghanafo adenti na menua entimi bi na no nka se omanpenin e bo Ghanafo kro no
with the E-levy obo Ghanafo kro no we di Ghanafo sika nyina manasa or the high plane or the gineni onfa nya hwe waye ni nyina ewie no kakra waye botom so no odinisa be hyem e no tam de firi mako na betina na wo se ye bebi enjuma enseme na aka ne basabasa pato obi bia betina efidie basabasa unsa anode
ana me kana ana se twika za mentini ye to de makana banche me wage makana fa che me I didn't mean to put it in a derogatory manner. The point I want to make is say hwe obi bia betina efidie we so actually so ye use E-levy to broaden the tax net. Say Ghana population about 30 million. Omo tax on barely 2 million. Eyentro. Eyenkontopo. Pate, every Ghanaian of the 30 million Ghanaian we have, who buys one thing or the other, either directly or indirectly, pays tax. Who sorry free and nena koto pure water hoa, utua VAT. Osu vefe a otoi utua hun tax. And so no impression should ever be created say ena Ghana for do na entua tax. It's not true.
Entina amount for sorry amokase. Yen widen tax net ni bia no. Na enye call na mu.
Yeah, the candidate that amount for keke. Anye bia E-levy na eka wasemi. Edwuma maye amanya income a betase hwe enura mini madam ofo bi eko bi ko didi ye won David banku ya yo ye ko di banku wie ye madam fo no so on the cash on the bottom eno yi ye eduane aye 7 no there's that amount eno tua ye the same food that me di ye me si o me dia me si ka de me ni bi obotom e o me phone so me ni me phone di tua de a yes me tua more.
What we are trying?
Encourage value.
Encourage Davi. Say uncle register for merchant.
Why should I encourage you? Why should I encourage you to go and do that? Okay. But to you had a original TV. And son our salary be to account. I'll bet you know all the statutory taxes that you are supposed to pay that are deducted as source. Ato, o go file pay slip. Na hu si kanka FM bound chain. Na ko print o bank statement. Na just the care bound chain a. Aban agent etiti omo sika nyina di film.
Titini nyina.
Ya titini nyina. Na kakra se je. Na fa bo, na fa hwe ho, na hwe we no ba na e ka nyina. Na fa bi ko tua tight, na fa bi ko asori ko tua offering. Unua bi yare na fa hwe ne kakra eno so ananado se onte ase there is no explanation because near organa one we have close to 200 nations in the world. Or might be anyone or implementing e-levy in the form and fashion we are implementing it. There is no nation in the world. What all the other nations have done? Mejitum said, you are transacting the business through a platform. Business might be create that platform. In this case, the telecoms. So to the extent that you are using their platform, you are supposed to pay for their services. And not only charge 1%. So what all other countries have done is said, governments have negotiated with them for that they are 1%. Now buy Ajibia from home. Me and you are my brother, my music there to me bottom. Also by tasking the same. And we are told what? The baby in Juma. I mean, hey, also for. In fact, who are Japan now also for? When I saw you, I saw the glory of God on you. Seriously. I'm a prophet. And then come share. You also for the better saying.
But you know what?
Let me proceed. Before you come. No, before you come.
No, let me be. Let me paper. Let me give you a contest.
Now, I am a time.
There be mami man a contest.
What's your name time?
No, other money we
na. So open the Pacho. So why?
Also for now, person Jeffrey is having a action.
And then we saw on
any day he will cling to it.
Yes, when I saw it, I saw that glory.
No, but he is.
Yes, so that is why I want him as also for no.
He is communicating to you what the government are planning.
I am saying that this government is stealing from us, and he knows that from his heart. You see. Before no moti abonti na eka e-levy asem na modwen say it's NDC and NPP usu tue bi e show so e show pa o hwe pato me no ti ha no e-levy asem we ye na ye blessing obia and na no pay am sorry the number of transfers am aye me obi ani ho send me skasa je me na me send te me na me ho che me and me can obufu so me can any brace wa e just say e wi me bottom direct.
Shouldn't you be happy that you are contributing to Ghana? Say Ghana.
Contribution my yes sir, I'm 46 years now, going to 47 years. My yes sir, what do I have for it? Check the rules we drive our cars on. We will pay electricity street light bill. Here okofia, confer electricity bill. Natural street light we feel street light bill. Unam kuma street light bill. Even the remotest part of the country, we don't even have any street light at all. And yet, every month on your bill, you pay street lights. Usuya and flow. Yakwan, akwan yet. Kanya and yet. Bibi and yet. So, what is the argument that it is e-levy that will solve Ghana's entire problem? Suddenly. If in 5 years, Busuya ya Bosika ya jeje, almost 380, more than that, really. 380 billion Ghana cedis. And we have nothing physically to show for. Apart from that, apart from that, is it less than 6 million? They say 2.5. Until arithmetic is near about some $5 million. No, my friend is saying Ghana is no a month. And also Ghana problems. You know what they want to do? E-levy, just like they have done to almost all the subsidy funds we have in this country, get fund, road fund, account, they want to go and use it to like Oshawa. Next at Djibouti. Next their far kind of reactor, private company. No more Jihun Faso. Now the other minister so no what is this? Why are you treating Ghanaians like this?
Very repeatedly. Say, granted, say they all kind of credit, say, or they could securitize it, loan.
And yes, and I can't say now, okay,
granted.
Several of the snipers have said
granted.
I forgot that in Parliament, one of their MPs said, and the road minister.
Also, no part.
But
that
is not what they want to do.
Granted, say, Sani Besia, mobile repeatedly.
Massa, we have sent a notice to the whole world that as far as the NDC government and administration is concerned, God willing, 2025, we are not going to allow this particular stealing, robbery, levy to continue. We are going to scrap it. And so if there's any entity out there in the world which agrees to advance any form of loan to this government, using this levy as a collateral, you are doing that at your own risk. We will repeal it. If Ghana government cannot pay, that's your own headache. Because this is unfair to Ghana. You see, sometimes I can't maybe say, Pato, I'm a fontiasio. I won't share organ on. Pato, there's a way you measure the level of poverty and hardship in the country. You don't look at your person alone and use your person alone to judge. Pato, the number of people who ordinarily, Pato, from and then you wake up, you pick your phone, you receive messages from some people, and you can't help that to shake your head. Our workers, how much increment have they seen in their salaries? And we are Pato, a gallon of oil that not too long ago was barely 150 Ghana cedis. And next almost 500 Ghana cedis. A bag of rice that was below 200 Ghana cedis. Today, as I speak to you, almost 450 Ghana cedis. That is the reality of our country today. Pato, Uchika, Oko filling station. The certain is a Ekano, Minika Kosio, Namikoto Fuela. It was 400, 500, tank na yema. And then 800,000 kwenye maye. The certain is a why brea fill tank no so no. Ubeka to be ne afraid you. Say from an edigu tank ni na yema. Say fuel na gaso. Nyamenkwa nini. Ubeka na asa. The hardship that we are going through. Uba as a government. Who said the academic curriculum was an umpe. And to change the curriculum, change baby. Textbooks. Just for our young kids to study with, more than 3 years don't need pretty textbooks.
Okay.
Look at the lifestyle of the government. Look at the lifestyle of the president. Look at the many appointees. In one vein, you tell us the public sector is choked. The ordinary Ghanaian, the MPP boys and girls who work so hard to even bring them power. But when it comes to the elect, the leadership, they are in a hurry to feed themselves in the juicy places of the country. And when you ask that, they tell you they are qualified. So they are the only people who are qualified. They are the only people who are educated. They are the only people who can serve in those offices. Intermediate, e-levy, I think, sir, the best way to put it, and I will say that without missing words, government is stealing from the people of this country.
All right, Fred.
And all of us must resist it with all the power we have. Yesterday, Supreme Court, I'm sure you followed.
But
we're going to enchant it as usual, very predictably. No surprises. What has always been the case. Not even the advice that was given by the Minister of National Security was yielded. They have done their thing once again. What else can I do than?
Fred Agbenyo, I say, the verdict on the Wakan and the Ohun or the Aton with the Homobia Ati. He doesn't seem to be enthused about the question of cry. Not even they are enumerating and put it to me. A convincing, say, or say, or you see, they will repeal it.
I think, say, very sad. Say, the biggest opposition party ever in the Fourth Republic, Nagana, Airborne Homodin, Etumpoakonenim, in such a progressive manner. Abatwa yakwakotua yento yeno a yenim krapo se Ghana fo ni subanya omude di in their time omunya power se Ghana fo refi ana se Ghana fo kai se Ghana fo pa besa kai assign the NDC aba power January 2025 aba yento ya yenhu so mbe wini pono o ma start da omusubanya di say ye to abano that's omu winia one of the most progressive innovative homegrown solutions ayede aba ebeboa and making sure say ye widen your tax bracket and this is yom don betwem in this republic ade ayede ayemra a parliament ade atum and this is for say omu ba on betwem say ekwan ya ayede ba besi no and if for say omu ba ekwan no ehunhia suku a yebesi no mo se omo de omo ba suku na ehunhia hospital a yebesi no mo se hospital na ehunhia. It's very difficult for me, to be honest. But the least to say about it in Minya Bema, the better, because as far as the good people of this country are concerned, I come to think of it, why na sika yeje as tax or the collateral, the money you are collecting, you have not received it. Now odi kwakoji collateral. I mean, who understands that logic?
Get fund, yes, sir.
No, but who understands that logic?
No, but get fund.
The e-levy. No,
40% of get fund has been secretized for 1.5 billion US dollars.
Let's
and
focus.
Say sika yeje no bia.
The e-levy na yeje. Sikano yenyan sankan. Projected estimations no crown so no. We don't know yet because
you don't know the projected estimations already.
Projected estimation is about 6 billion. Do you understand? Good. Now there are also various margins. Look at the time I started e-levy. You understand? May. Obviously, sika yepesi and saka even at the end of the year no will be limited because estimated crash started by February. But this year we've lost a few months. It's going to be less. Maybe about 4 billion or even around 4.5 billion. Yes, I can. But even that, it's even estimated that there are many people, a few percentage we are going along, you know, they might not consistently participate in the electronic levy charge because it's at the beck and call of the people. What you say? It is sika yeji how would Obi Bedrin say yekwako use it as a collateral? I think say you see sometimes let's ensure continually so we don't blind the people. What you say? And I know you want to go into get fund and all of those other issues.
No, I'm just wondering why you think that is not doable.
I don't think.
I
don't think. Say,
I'll
as a
look
government,
at your financial status.
We are not. Let's not encourage these things.
No, I'm not encouraging
we are
it.
not
I'm
going
just
to,
looking.
however, you are looking at it, there is no way the government of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is going to collateralize the e-levy that we are receiving. It's on record.
Record this data.
No, it's a problem.
It's on record. There is no way.
Nana disappointed so badly.
No.
Yeah, Jessica.
No, but this should make you happy.
Yeah, Jessica. How would anybody want to think in that manner?
That's can make me a lot more opportunity to go for more money to do what you intend to do with the money. You will given that opportunity.
As it is today, the government is not going to collateralize the electronic levy as it is today. I mean, 5th of May, as it is today. The government is not going to collateralize that.
Is that wrong at all?
You see,
is that wrong?
Let's not go into that area.
Is it wrong at all?
No, but as it is now, as we speak, government has not stated. Abayin can say securitize and collateralize the money. We have not stated that.
But Palgrave, I don't mean who be wrong with if me was sika, me perceive BBC money so, me perceive me development, and I'm perceive me as an individual. Obi nim se me income be a baby. Na se me say me ntimi ntwen okopem se metimi aboabo skana no. Na me kwaje ho bosia. Na saade no betimi a kire se metimi age bosia. What is wrong with that? Why are we running away from this?
Until then, let's not have the discussion. What you say? Until we get there.
No, but I need to encourage Abayin say if he has to do it, should there be anything wrong with that?
Your encouragement to Abayin would be thought about. But what I'm saying is that as we speak today, Abayin has not stated in all of our communication, all of our policy work, even the paper for the Electronic Levy Act, there is not a document, Ayaka say, si ye jisikana, ye de beko ako loan, and now see ye de beko collateral. That's not what we have said. All we have stated is that ye bomoding I expanded tax bracket, you know. Yes, how bomoding and making sure say development in puntu e pesi ye deba or minimum, even as it relates to memoir, ye person who making sure some entrepreneurial, ye bad the ababe bomo. I think say you see focusing that conversation in that light. Now, bomoding ama NDC fonso atiasi say many abema. When a country votes you into power, they vote you into power to come and lead the country, not in a partisan way. Inti President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo drink Ghana phone yaho. Say impuntu a yedeba no nye impuntu eba MPP for hope. Impuntu a eba even to NDC. It's as a Ghana no crap on it's not just MPP and NDC. In the recent elections as a result of our multi-party democracy, there were 12 political parties that stood in the general election. Let's look at it as a forward-thinking country. But I think on the 7th of December 2024, Ghanaians will know. Now, on the 7th of January 2025 I no so sign your constitutional day Ghana for nyanso nim say President Nana Danquah Akufo-Addo in the Fourth Republic will be the only president to be to me hand over to another MPP government to be able to break the eight. It's this in some Canadian. They have started showing omo nyambedi omo started da omo subaini edi to the Ghanaian people say say nyema ye pese ye no mo kra mo nyana mo nsesa mo adre say ye ba impuntum pa ye de ba Ghana no ye ba be say no and I don't think say
Fred
o mind ye pese ye ko
in that levy atutu bottom or say mo boy kro no
minya be ma it's not true esa say he levy say na ya trust ye no a transaction so my show data no Ghana ha no minya be ma Ghana population 30.8 million mobile phones what Ghana 40 million handsets. Mobile phones what Ghana 40 million handsets. Active mobile phones what Ghana 40 million handsets. If you look at it in a natural say nipa be 18 million what Ghana almost ye working class no obi akra onkra two phones or kra one phone. But in fact the sizable number of every single person no only MTN or Tigo, only Tigo, Airtel Tigo, or Vodafone, only Vodafone or Glo. In fact, by extension, Bebre now saw all the 4 networks in their system. Now, research, you who say close to about 43% of the Ghanaian people, almost transactions per day below 100 Ghana cedis. Per day, transactions
close
per day.
About 43%.
43%. Yet transactions per day below 100 Ghana cedis, 43%. 100 Ghana cedis below. And now 57% of your transactions above 100 Ghana cedis per day. Into Ushepa, say Abai is not thinking about the poor people. In the implementation of the e-levy and in the drafting of the policy, no, Abai in the highest regime thought about the poor people and even thought about the rich people. It's a yedi threshold not to one say, oh yeah, transactions above 100 Ghana cedis. It will be a transaction 120 Ghana cedis. You charge you 11 on 20 Ghana cedis, not on the 100 cedis. Oh yeah, transactions 200 Ghana cedis. You transacting 11 1.5% on 100 Ghana cedis into bet you 1.1 cedi 50 pesos. It's a say a church it's really for me, you're looking into the conversations around the e-levy. You're looking into the margins of it. You're saying looking into how the digital economy is growing globally and how Ghanaians, must be able to catch up. Sunday, meaning Kofobi or Netherlands, in common on a radio station. And I may catch on more data. He said 8% of the total population of Ghana in a income tax. They were amazed and surprised. I'm saying, same way to me, see what brochida. It's answer brochino. It is on tax and tax and tax. To be able to see the development now, it's as a development in a winning in a way. President Nana Danquah Akufo-Addo Abanyaka say, "Mum tuasu na mum she jumapa onwankasa edi ema Ghana mai."
All right, so okay. Palgrave Boakye Danquah said MD ka no kasa ema aban ewo governance ne security so adena. Saying that I don't know, say
you see, it is sad. You see, I don't know cry. Now, when you cry, come su, and I no pay. And it is a Ghana ne. Or Hana Yamiwa Dumania 100 Ghana cedis. Who is canny? If you can afford to send somebody 100 Ghana cedis, you are no longer considered a poor person because you have 100 Ghana cedis.
But so bet me at 100 Ghana
cedis village. Na say your bread no ko twa ne board no be ton board here. Na ni ba o school. No the 120 Ghana, 150 Ghana e dey send o school a wa dane sikani. Enti aban me tase no. Did I hear my brother saying say e-levy is a progressive, it's an innovative way of raising money? What has happened to the mantra of moving from taxation to production? E-levy, is it productive? Is it production? What has happened to it? Assembling another chair here. Many I can say recently spoke to some people in Netherlands and he told them about the percent of Ghanaians who are paying income tax. Now, you might be now there more income tax. How many Ghanaians are working in a regular environment that they can pay income tax? Do you know the unemployment population of this country? In the United States of America and Europe, they are talking about almost everybody is working. And so it is fair and proper that governments must tax them. And when they pay their taxes, they see evidence of the work of their taxes. You have stayed abroad for a very long time, maybe. Oh, sorry, I'm abroad. I said, Ghana, you have stayed abroad for a long time. Oh, sorry, I'm abroad. Oh, this could be a piper. Na ball and so never. Oh, sorry, I'm abroad. Oh, the can nama. Oh, the street lights are doing that. Oh, sorry, I'm abroad. Oh, call hospital. Yet, me say, grow ni ho. Near the own epe.
Point.
Oh, sorry, I'm abroad. Now, go school. Almost school net is saying.
Point.
Oh, sorry, I'm abroad. Oh, my coin. Oh, the can nam so. It is saying. And so those who are paying the taxes out there are benefiting from the taxes. And that is why they don't complain. Because they know that tax no much no. Yeah, they provide service for their own comfort and benefit. Now say they bread. Na mami, I got na malata market the whole day. I transfer I talk a cra or say or co for instance Mr. Kofa nyama. Ebia na am Roberts can go for 20 no. Mami van to me phone so. Say be am go do ehwo a na me dey ato ade. Also je ne tax. Mo je tax na dey here. Now they call high plane. Now the G-way, now the Boha life. Now the Boha life. That's what we are using our money for. Since you came into office 5 years running, point to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 secondary schools you have built from scratch to the end. That you can say, since you buy no, Busia ya bought us engine and when you are since you came into office, point to 1 megawatt of electricity you have added to our energy stock. 1 megawatt that you have added. And tell us, Busia na meje no, tax na meje no, when am there mamu. Since you came into office, point to me where you have extended water, even rural water project. Point to what you have done. Since you came into office, point to the number of hospitals, district hospital or regional hospital you have built. Point to anything you have done. You can't be you see free SHS. What has become of it? Meaning, you are asked to sit here right now. Will you agree for your daughter or your son to attend this thing they call secondary school? Will you agree? How come that even the Minister of Education himself is not interested in what's that? It's a good thing. It's a hospital near Papa. No matter any year. Finance Minister Yare Nansen. I don't know America because I know Yare. I don't want to say Anakolibu. You see, we shouldn't treat Ghanaians the way we are treating them. And saying this year, say Ghana for chum, Ghana for bread. All the surveys that have been conducted across the country, even your station today can conduct a survey about this e-levy. The reality is that majority of Ghanaians, civil society organizations, everybody think that this is regressive, this is stealing, this is unfair, this is unacceptable. Everybody insisted that don't implement it. Okay. Look at the caricature way they use in passing it in parliament. And now you are telling me today, say, you will win the elections, Nanado is going to be the first president, that will hand over power. I wish that we have any constitutional provision that will make for us to conduct elections in Ghana tomorrow. And then you see your smoothness level. You will see where you belong. I know, and you know, and your president knows that the 2020 elections didn't win. He's not in office by virtue of the fact that the people of this country fired up and voted for him. You know that you did.
Okay.
But we have taken responsibility. Say yes. Just maybe 1 or 2 years.
All right.
Okay. Now, 2024, dear, you're connoisseur.
La la.
And Timinia, see, we better admit, or my own, Nanado can you. What happened to all those things? Yet discussion was a commodity. I didn't hear you on my way. Now, I am starting to hear some of what I say. If you have to speak right now, we don't know how much money you are going to make from the e-levy. At the time they first came, they said
I didn't say that.
You said
I said the amount of money we are going to get. I said we estimate that we'll get about 6 billion.
Earlier you said no, that he drew your attention.
Stated,
that's why I said
I corrected myself.
No, I corrected myself. You corrected yourself.
So I don't know our updating it there. Unfair update.
Also, Fred.
Fred so sorry I don't pay bonfire for you. Of course. No, the truth, right? And now, and I'll buy ya. We knew. But truth is that then originally almost say 2.7, 2.75. That's what they were going to charge for the e-levy.
1.75.
And I say, my reduce now buying 1.5.
Any telcos no so akasa almost so much over there so by 0.25%.
Yes, so the point I'm making is that by now, government should know how much money they are going to make from this e-levy every month. So regardless of when it was started, say I share from January and I share in May, doesn't mean that we cannot calculate how much we are going to make from now till December. Two, the argument that SARS can not to me and far and consider a shower and Jibusia, it's not that here not there because you have done it already anyway, and you rightly do his attention. Oko get fund, Oko road fund, Oko energy sector levy. All this you have mortgage all.
Road fund, this administration and mortgage here.
Confani out there, let me be saying.
No, but who all kind of
because me can I proceed?
No, we bet my proceed. But my visa pay.
Can I proceed?
I'm a say road fund or mobile next cabinet.
Maybe there's supposed to be a fund, so the money comes in every day, every month. So I cannot say cabinet.
I'm one mortgage that.
To who?
For what? What they acquire?
It is not true,
sir.
If you syndicated cocoa loan from a cocoa board, look what has happened. Look what has happened. Year of road. I don't know where you live. See, there's a road. I've never seen any terrible.
But Fred,
like
what is wrong with secretizing a fund or a
what
levy?
What is wrong with it? And it says,
Sika.
Yes, I'll tell you. Say Ebia, and only more cash flow. Say every month, Biano, menya 10,000. And by the end of the year, no, menya 12,000. And me call bank bin chain. Now me say mbo mubusia 1 million. Every month no, me nya 12,000 me be to akadama mo. Na the 1 million that share on sa. E the 1 million in the manner obedi asere no. No we free aban mu. Na nchireba na eba no. Ebe bransa no mo etua. Anko ye japa. Ah ye ni scarce can o koche no. O de ba be ye investment. Ah say investment be tua na honka. John Dramani Mahama, vision, foresight, forward looking. Or say, yes, to the International Airport Terminal 3. Yenko Jibusia. Neyama Airport, Nanya, Neduman, Tia Honka. Or say, a Tiabo gas plant. Yenko Jibusia. Neyensi, Nanya, Neduman, Tia Honka. Now, where they are called another high plane. Neye di, na appointees bebre, na the number sabasa. Bibi and what they are trained for. That is what is dangerous. That is what is wrong. That is why we must not encourage or accept them to do a thing like that. And to me, no, e-levy, you can somersault, you can jump into the sea, you can say whatever you want to say. I am saying that it is robbery, it is stealing, it is unfair to the people of this country. Okay. Ghanaians are not happy. All you have done is say, "Moi, moi, moi, Jemai. Nyamu can be a mente and family home. Ni I see a beya, ni a beye, mupe amusu." That's the position of government. You can cry all I care. You can scream, you can shout, you can demonstrate, you can go to court. We don't care. We'll find our own way. This is what the government is doing.
All right,
but you see, let me in conclusion.
We are now there.
In conclusion, there is no government in history. Check. Not even the military dictators. Check. Secularly and in biblical, whatever, that you can suppress the people forever and ever. As somebody once said, you can fool all the people all the time. You can fool some people all the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. A day is coming, and it is coming very soon, when the anger in the people rise up. You can't stop them at that point. Because only person onye in India, onye so nom, onye kania, onye baby, onye gumanya. Not they be out in the bottom. And you know, government should stop this posturing. You are lying to us. Sika rebe wa nyam fanya hwe. Who say the e-levy na din juma beba. E-levy na be ya kwan. E-levy na be you can say innovative means. Innovative means what? You are stealing my money, so it's an innovative way of stealing. Okay, maybe fine. It's a very innovative way of stealing from our pockets. That I agree. But you pay for it.
Why do you keep calling it stealing? Because I don't know. There is a way a bit who sikai ajiji.
Because my
medjuma stealing.
That is being answer me to be a matua. And I made a mistake. I said, me save at the mammy home. Me wunya and yan and I'm using. A bank at the point in time I use as Canibiano. Mr. Chia's task. A chrono. Because I've already paid the task.
Okay, in Shiraba and Elkawe on Facebook or say, or our Shama constituency, special greetings to Commander Prince incoming. Okay. Former President JDM and NDC should be serious for once. Repealing the e-levy if voted into power as a scam, because we know the lies they preached about the communication tax in 2008 campaign. But they even increased it to about 6% when they came into power. Until Ishaba and Elkase on Jude Musa Abatwa and say, I'm not surprised to see e-levy injunction being dismissed by. But I'm worried about the recent ruling by the Supreme Court. They are sadly introducing democratic monarchy into the country where the executive, or say where monarchy into the country where executive decide to twist constitution to favor them by using apex court anytime matters of law is before them. They are setting bad precedents, and the silence of the chiefs, clergy, Muslim mission, CEO, SOEs, CSOs, is nauseating. When the table turns, we will expect them to remain mute. My regards to Lawyer Evans. Pedro, and so Medina, Pedro Wa Medina Cruz, I say, watching you live, and it's clear inside Indiana Police, Kumasi Tanoso. Yauza is also watching us from Swami Fia Humble, and so say, good morning. The people of Ghana need a better person to continue the good works of Nanado. His marvelous performance in the agri sector, Mahu, or say Dr. Friye Bayamano. Yauza was Swami, will say, it's not surprising that the Supreme Court, in a unanimous decision, dismissed the minority MP's injunction application against the e-levy, because from my point of view, their case carried no substance, but they just wanted to frustrate the implementation of the e-levy. Greetings to Honorable Maxwell Boakye, or MC of Swami. Internet says, these are some of the and keep your comments coming now. Menso so membo so be mama for who say your friends and also so uti. 3rd of May was World Press Freedom Day. Na Osha said there na Ghana for munim se kambi mamin kambi esi ekoso ewo man mu ha ne said there na man for kase Ghana the beacon of democracy. Man for at the twankrofo aka mpoa. I drop it from 60 to 30. Palgrave.
Many of them are make up press also. My main cancer.
Oh, back can you be biama? Yama platform back can you be biama? No,
also education. That's also education. Oh my God! That's why who education infrastructure yakosu.
Why
that's why it's on the ground. You see, many of them are so. Many of them are friends. NDC. I have a lot of respect for them. So. Because by far, no, so almost really close to about 27 years. It's almost penny for. So it's by far never
really how many years? How many years? In the Fourth Republic,
you they say you come from 1957, first, second, third military regime, ni PNDC. That's it. It's the history of Ghana. The history of Ghana.
It is Ghana that we are not keeping history well. If you are keeping history well in this country, the UP tradition should not be allowed to power in this country. Sure.
I'm
telling you.
Okay, that is for another day.
Let me
go there. UP tradition. Dangerous.
Or see education. My main man in TSA infrastructure. They are 200 pictures were hand no ankasa or show obehu
you when you omo digital platform digital platform but me digital platform be also share project now
Abomosu
yeah forest na
Abomosu senior high school you see
I go to one block
Kasenga Pasenpe Northeast Senior High School. You see, Father, so but these are very difficult names. He's laughing with the names. These are very difficult names. I'm going to Father, so Pasenpe. Wahano, that's Northeast.
The name that
no, the name. The friend, the propaganda choir. Daba Senior High School. Akrodie Senior High School Ahafo. Awaso Senior High School Western North. Weja Greater Accra Senior High School. Ekoso Goso Bono region. Ekoso Diaso Central region. Ekoso Bosomtree Girls. Ekoso. It's all these infrastructural works are Ekoso Nyano. It's evidential for the Ghanaian people to see.
What press
release? Propaganda Accra STEM Academy. Upper Secondary West Gonja. Tolon Upper Secondary Nantala. Lower Secondary.
I understand.
All these schools are there. 28 a lot of schools are here.
Okay.
It's a lot. Accra STEM Academy. Upper Secondary School impressions in here. Me document press conference.
Press freedom.
All of these
press freedom in this country. Press freedom in this country.
Let me come to the press.
No, he's coming to know.
But I'm coming to the press.
No, you can't go. It is not your patanga. It is not your patanga.
All these, even e-blocks now, we are completely here.
But you are going to press freedom.
It didn't have a mistake. But me never remember. Press freedom. My Kinkai document. My Kinkai document. So
God.
Now, methodology we use here, senior Minister of Information, Honorable Kojo Upon Kromadi 2 and Drana Jono. A very different. Now, your basis now. Previous research no my use one model. This research use mixed method. Just only qualitative and quantitative. Previous, say a school, just a teaching. Previous ones, so no
about school fees.
I
was for
school fees. Maybe I'm a doctorate.
Fred is also inching towards that.
Fred also your PhD.
Oh, me final this thing.
Okay, me so my presenting me dissertation. It was so kakra. Nips. Inti. Obi opeso ko obi. My free advertisement. Na me nyabema.
Me who status there.
Na Osha. Questions on beside and also 83 questions from the previous ones. This one on beside 123 questions. Now on basis now on the 200 mean I be my percentages be na utumi se Ghana ye boy your homodi ye pa in a number of the percentages now on the 200. Now my church I see because there's the legal framework, mean I be my legal framework now close to about 81%. Ghana for score 81% as it relates to the legal framework, which means to say the number of opportunities are any cases are journalists for the legal fraternity you see say they adjudicate the case well, the manner in which the law profession would demand. It's a score about 81.42%. Now we share social cultural context and also in terms of the greater understanding of journalists, yes, score about 79.64%. Now, political contest. The political conversations yes, Ghana score about 66.61%. Safety of journalists in terms of security of journalists, yes, score about 62.25%. Now, economic contest. Economic contest, it's say journalists in the media houses, Bebrina is owned privately. Maybe during COVID, more into me in your business, mama kutia no mojuma say most journalists score about 47%. It you share last year your earlier percentage I score last year about 67% now. This time you score about 74%. Which I so about 11.24%. And I so clearly. But largely, what we have decided to do as a government is to continue to work with the media. Because unim say the media landscape, there is not a way a Ghana, you bet me see into many media for ejuma. We are the fourth realm of the estate. Na mu hia pa soma aban ejuma die any impuntu ayeye ni nya no. Na president Nanado Danquah Akufo-Addo so Ghana for nya name. How well we're making sure say media for no continually express their views dispassionately. There is no rigor to it. If you constructively criticize government bejiatum. If you also constructively give commendation to government, so government bejiatum. As I say, it is this media platform, no, and making sure that the advocacy arm of government, no, etwa suda. Inti report here be abain ashe. Any the percentages not so. Any the framework ni nya to honum. And ye who say as it is now, for a can report no monte ase no. Ye the clarity ever report no more monte ase say yampa. The last scheme of the report, the methodology that was used. Omo anka so omo report can say methodology omo you see any very different. Omo also assign can say the NTMI ranking reduce economic context of the media houses and any media practitioners, but it's not as it relates to safety of journalism and I say gage against journalism. In fact, to be fair to government, buying and so a person building the capacity of journalists. Now, as a result of that, the Minister of Information, the Honorable Kojo Oponkroma, through his ministry, has sponsored fully 100% media capacity enhancement program. I'm making sure say media journalists, practitioners, cameramen, backstage, independent faculty, GG, to put it together. You cannot say in the right scheme of mind, your frame of mentality say a buying is this being unkind to journalists.
Some people think that gesture, very kind gesture. May I admire? I am a fair party, but people think that the arrests and harassment of Caleb Abe crossing out. Manasseh, next me who was under John Mahama or there. He made some daring stories, statements, but Bibian under your administration or down Bobby arrests people think that although you are making all these investments, worth mentioning. Some of these things to Ubu and Nigusu and ye.
MSA Caleb issue, you don't come over brave. Osha, Onwana, or Fanny phone, and Okonenam national security. You never met Yedino. One funny phones on Namakolao. Funny phone, and Okonenam national security. Ultra infoni and answer Oye Bibi. Let me remember my national security for a friend and no more investigations. I think said the case has been brought to a dead end. In fact, to be fair, the Rambo style of the processes, and Uncle Ye, and clearly, government condemns that. What I say, but as I say, I didn't be too on. You see me, in Yemibu Onoma, yes, baby, Ghana Hanum, any Yasia Fananianum, do not video, do not take pictures. Your trouble clearly. Baby Onoma, so sometimes Anna Yentin.
But don't you think Sanema will say Sana Bia also government because you are in charge of you are a spokesperson on governance. Don't you think that this we put it an opportunity for government to score some high marks as to quite be fast or be handle, most especially when more government we say the MPP this present administration Nipakro or Tiso Nanado Danquah Akufo-Addo rule of law nkrofo nim say or you be a or rule of law as a man Saadi and Ofana ho and your government
Pentecoton.
One of them
Pentecoton.
Your government.
What is Pentecoton?
Pentecoton.
What is Pentecoton?
Your government for this away from and then this thing happens under your government and it is handled this way. You missed an opportunity to score a high mark.
National security echo CTFM. In fact, the authorities were not even aware. We need to be manage the situations very well. So then take issues out of context. In fact, the minister himself out can say yes, the manner in which a course no ankoye. But the substance of the issue is that in Nema Abia Uncle for no omo person de in brand there are rules and regulations I won't mind him. I making sure say take issues
that is agreed, but killing a fly with a sledgehammer and no one said me it is agreed.
I buy inkum bia.
Oh, just an idiomatic expression.
But if you know bia also so anti asiye.
Na also aban ko bia ameso ale onye nipa.
No,
ameso ale onye nipa.
No, but me you see
ameso ale onye nipa. Also aban ko bia.
Aban ne ku ameso ale. You can't say that.
Aban the over na American say.
How can you say that?
Okay, when I finish, I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
There are investigations ongoing.
I'll tell you.
And I say, what could investigation committee no normal report? And I end the answer.
Oh, they make it of this, yeah.
And because you see, Bema, there are investigations ongoing. And there are media house be aiding come. And I say, you see, Bema, sometimes investigations say cause say allow my investigations and echo so fully. Ebi one man ye pray who say ye person move investigations in them. We are seeing even recently na who say Thomas Sankara investigations across over 30 years. And recently na who the corporate of Omuku Thomas Sankara. Inti really na nyema ni one man yeah let's allow time.
Okay.
Because mre and e boa e ma yetumi yes and we nya edeba.
Friend. You see when you are Palgrave, me sure be do so for pay. Because I had dead. I said, Branty, when your girl be a or dadan. Open unto you, open a
kuma. So for ya now.
There be
tobo.
Okay, that's what I meant.
So be this so for pay.
Because the casa I had that's one side.
The casa to say Branty be a when ya.
There be obi. Oh, now can I say? Me say the casa I had there.
Sana can.
Yeah, me say the casa I had there. Once one no. Second one, no, say the person. And I say, as my Ghana for me say, I buy you be a one year to what? Or that down more casa the dead. No munching too. Now, all Bobo schools no. It's the schools, it didn't all born, a bit that it's not in Ghana. After I got in Ghana, I saw boy. Caleb, City FM, reporter. At the end to know so-called national security premises now. Anybody who will tell you, say, the gentleman went there to film security apparatus and American one, it's a liar, it's a criminal. Yet the OMS car, and their talkers, and the area cast make their gurem, and a cast a pro essay. The national security that's supposed to protect the country is conniving and shady and protecting that rot of state resources. Why? Was he spy on the intelligence? Did he go there to spy on the intelligence? Did he pick any national security information? Did he share any national security information with the public? The gentleman firm taxpayers' money that have used in procuring cars and left to rot away.
But
is that not part of the
cars?
Is that not part of the journalism?
It's part of it.
Is that not part of the investigative journalism?
Maybe I'm not casting guno. Baby, any console photos and now your video.
If the people who work there were minded and they think about this country and the taxpayers' money, a journalist would have come there to come and film it in the first place. They themselves would have done something about it. You see, we have seen national security across the world. It's not the show of power and those things they do. This Rambo-style, comedic, joking behavior. What is that?
Fear of God.
Fear of God, intimidation and suppression. What is that?
Fear of God in the people.
I have only been saying, say, the mere fact that you wear a particular uniform doesn't make you superior to anybody. Also, a national security operative. Upon our coffee, crown and fem. Unica. Baby, I would not crown tell. School is crown to me twa. Now, buying this car, they are told they are torn and then say, oh, your can be. Obi be kind of magana and now to take a pie. Now, big concert, cantata. And you should be applauding them, we should condemn them. They are booting their gentlemen, they are beating their. What is that? Are those the professionals we train to be in charge of our security? No. We need more serious-minded people to be in charge of our security architecture. We are a serious nation, you know. You're jokers like that. The gentleman didn't go there, assuming they were plotting something, they were planning intelligence something, and he goes to film that. Then we can talk business. The guy got into your yard on Mexico. And then a pro. I think that we should be applauding that gentleman. Good that we should be celebrating him. See what Yako could do. It's just like saying, Yako Mpensenmpensenmu Flaster House. No say a security zone. Now enunti Yakun obi edi si oho no go pie so. Na say high security zone ti don't take pictures. Don't report. Are you a good citizen? So that argument is mute. Nobody should make it. Those who want to believe it can believe it. Not all of us. 2. I don't know. Many maybe as I had a free about Pato. MPP suddenly Palgrave. You have an explanation for everything. Some would describe it as arrogance of power. You blame everybody for everything but not yourselves.
Everything but not yourself. 0200854255.
Okay, so I'm born on my phone, so I'm for free. Also, MPP, no, I can't match. Oh, I mean to ask. Oh, I tell me the only how many. I'm in a free panda. Hello, what do I make as a media?
Hello. Hello. Money free so. Fred with me.
About distracting me kwa. Try. Teach for the more economic report the bar. Does he hey? Moody the bar. Just see hey. Obi ade asemba bebia. This government has a justification, and they make it look as though these institutions just emerged suddenly. When you were in a position, you celebrated these institutions and their reports. You worked with those reports. You sat on radio and television and lambasted the then government. What has changed?
My friend said, or more an opinion about it. A moment can I? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. If you have connived to distract me, I'll manipulate the system. I'm a super
Hello.
Pato.
Wow. Common sense, Agolo Yanko.
Catch Freddy.
What's it?
Nanta. Open you, Gary, and Canan Swassa. The best Fred say, oh, my college, and Jeff Kakankem. I'm saying, I'm sure I'm Pato. Unim, I didn't hear a movie and better the press freedom. No. Mu media na mukita konso na adeni edimuno. Taya adeni politics. Dia ya dia rank you, dia ya fa ya rank you, ya da 60. Africa ya da 10. Say ya raise you, ni ya di ya muno, ya fa ya wunti, usi ye. Munka mu asem, enye mi na America amamu. Pato.
That's all.
Missy, you let and yet, no quarry that one yes, Sazashibia, now we yet transaction more than 100 years. It was your first transaction, first and cover. And a pato who can say, Yenye Judia woman, and I go for the satellite way, you on the move. Over the scanning starting to buy and one can't check down a person the few to 88. And the center, we did police all can't share. Omunye tika omukata nkuo we munye nyegide omumu na wo nyegide omumu omu eno wo ye we interview papa na nka nche wo se nanka common platform no munye ready say omu be connect omu ntwi ye hu sika ni twi akeke first day no
omu akasa de omu ready but charging entities no be na enye ready
na o ye ready na nka sika ka ye transmission o sika ye fa ye test and radio station what you be thousand also be refund mo ma ye catch on kojo kon kumani ofodi ata omu ni na ta meeting and omu kan to no
Abolo hit brutal. Was this Kasem Yemfanya test transmission?
But can you really? See, okay, say PDF. Okay. What beside buying says can
was it PDS?
PDS.
Can Moji had any free ECG in some in there. Have they accounted for that money? The count Moji, have they accounted for it up to date? All right.
Me bacho udini fa.
You can't charge them government money.
Yeah, you too, now.
Na ayi ma nkomona mu di no me interest wompa na ayi asema na nkampeso bi se NPP ni se asema okay se wasi ile na betima ya Ghana yi a nti nema wo taxes a o ma ji wa Ghana na ti ma ya Ghana yi ile bu nkwa na betima ya Ghana yi a na sa ntro na bi no mu cha ntro che so ana edifie case mba ebe ma ebe bo Ghana after the end of the day no ayi free case ni ya ka yehun anu omba yo musi deben yebe one this one dam and kwesiaga muso one this one debe 1 million yenhunu hwi santro no aya mu jantro no na sia le nyankora na etiga na ho ye de ni na he omo de omo ye bia de omo pe bia omo ye na etiga na ye twen omo 2024
Mate Ghana penny. Also on your Kola Ghana had Ghana penny for about
when you are no man much. But my me trust way. Try anti this attitude of government say report be about better abontin bia they want see sometimes when you are governing you are so person for governance admit
you expect say you admit say this is wrong
where you are wrong admit say oh had there manyani ye any part of the nya so abofo so but to create the impression that
all right
what is that
me ba cho odi ni fa kwa free Frank of free.
Okay.
Frank it you.
Okay.
The battery it you minia.
About the 11 of Macama Seminole. MPT for no one say 11 Kwane taxa about my Bettiana. Because you have so many resources, sir. Any tax for 40 are making that development, but now they are centered themselves only on yield levy. As if yield levy is come to do everything for Ghanaians. You see, and this man says something. Then this man says that the number of people who pay tax in Ghana is not enough. And this man asked him a question that how many Ghanaians are working, they are not paying tax? Because if you are working in proper infrastructure, you don't have control of the tax. They will just from the source directly. So if they employ more people, the more people will pay the tax. I understand.
Okay.
So if people are not working, how do you expect?
To say there will be some say Palgrave car say about 8% of go no say na one management.
Management also better income no
all can say but not all can say obi can be before buy no na aban no opinion aban no for say the course no nya sanity o kan enye ya na ma me fa call
na we dey na ya no be ya
I don't know any college in your problem.
Maybe you have problem. Maybe you have no problem. How many are Ghana for?
Hello.
Me cry me the member na mo.
Hello.
How many are Ghana for mo kan
me ba cho di ni fa kwa free.
Me demand on social commander.
Obani etiu.
Mo bi se pipi ni se commander sugar fashion no mo ya ne den why.
April na twam ho.
April
na twam. Commander Sugar Factory, say President.
But April no be anayemboa. We say 419 kwa.
The April na twam. But almost say
but unim. Oba mpeni de me dem se me nkan hwe. I don't know in the Fourth Republic where ye nya opa mpeni bia oye intolerant. You say President Nado. Also, Katabekachi was there, Nanado Pentecoton. The man was branded and sold to us.
But we knew him.
What we know of him, at a point, We were made not to believe what we knew about him to be him.
Mentiase, mami fa call a natural. Me pacho udini fa kwa free.
Pacho medin Daniel Awansa.
Daniel, pacho free.
Pacho malam.
Daniel yanko.
Yeah, pacho omu stress 11 no, enu na be ye den. 11 no, me hu say ye omu kwa chedi o. Because Sikana omaji friend say busia na omabo no akomutre say ya bo busia say ye de aye say ni ya hu say 11 no say betumi aye bibisi but mo ntre ye hwe fa busia na mo abo no na afi de musamba baji 11 ya u fi say nipa no tua enye ne ya ebe ne ya ntimi da mo ase.
All right. See, interesting. I say, and go see sika kakra majiji no the media ini. Nti o de chere me say the media ini na say o je fufra. Na ma hu say the o de koye ni. Nti o ha Daniel
before 2016 election. O man penna nado o tu kwanya o tena economy sometimes. Preoccuped there say on tena business class na first class bio. Presidential jet across on tena bio. Ogohwe ball kra ogohwe the Tottenham football match kra no akwa chata play.
Obani bacho na am last caller.
Propaganda on this
Obani o am last caller bacho din the same. Nanaje. Nanaje odi e dedodo. Eje di e din pa.
I remember Nanaje kapa me fefi high tension ase o Pogwase.
High tension na o person man the right location. Menene ka say ojina high tension na.
Good morning.
Bacho yanko
Fred Agbenyo kasa bebrebe. Fred Agbenyo kasa bebrebe. But dem pesa me sense. Ghana no on. Enipa do say ne tua tax. O say ya na yenti ase ene yenti ne ma bi ase. Enipa do say ne tua tax. We are tax obi ebetumi atua bi ama e de aboa. Ye nyina ye hia fo obi anu a ne ho to no. But ya anti ne ma bi ase. Ase be ko kwa ye politics ni saa be si ase. Even omakasa manifesto ka se ne wo mu saa.
Na bi na
But if you say but politics I want about bia even Canada me ma Canada o company ni ma cho Canada be nwanwa e mo na nwa o de ba 8 months ago ni nyina ya tum so what you say ye mwa na ne ma nye yi enti so de so say akufo ado ba na bibia say o Ghana na
Palgrave na say ya
akufo bibia say o Ghana na
me da sipi o se bibia what recently what is Canada 4% omo impeach I don't know say omo some people are up in arms with the PM because some of us say why omo fast to handle
what do you do? You boot him out of power.
No, it's also it means that the whole world obia so is
true. Russia they bet you say Ghana stop blaming us for your woes. Because far back in 2018 2019 all the projections were pointing to the fact that Ghana were heading to the ditch. We all know it, we all saw it. I have said and I'll continue to say this. So if there's any nation on the planet Earth that benefited from COVID, that country is Ghana. The president himself has admitted to that. When he appears in parliament and says, we share our expenditure during COVID, 17.4 billion. And the income we generated from COVID, 2 billion from World Bank and from IMF, 550 from World Bank, Stabilization Fund, Bank of Ghana, Corporate Ghana, okay, they say near over 35 billion. All the expenditure was 17.5 billion. We make profit. We can't wait near only for press freedom. There's so much paranoid in the system. Now, many abolu and I say one of the callers say Adrian. So mumpo amoye media for no. Say you have put into two categories. Senior journalists and junior journalists. Some them are fire mentino. But some they are politics. But now you have burumu sa mo dem
or COVID wasem. Yes. Or COVID president and Kasa Air accounting for COVID fund was here spending close to about 17.7 billion Ghana cedis.
Yes.
SNK say sika yenya nya no bebre na making sure say the vaccines about chrome hanum you were close to about 20 million vaccines you dey buy you ma free water free electricity lockdown.
Did you give free water? Did you give free electricity? That's why you didn't have no.
You making sure say
there was free water.
Have you forgotten that after the election what happened? Have you not paid for it?
We are paying. We have not.
How's it free? They only postpone the payment.
Public servants and omunko ejuma you ti omuka. Minyabema ohwe nurses
that total expenditure and 17 million.
58,000 permanent workers here about as a result of COVID. Minyabema all of these issues.
Many the kwaku also away patrol
leave your government
to 6 on radio original 91.9 FM they are getting kasa Jumade no so bebro Fred Agbenyo me that Palgrave also so me that nyame adom e china e be share.
If Ghana has a problem, that problem is Nanado.
Oh, that is a lie.
I'm telling you.
Then that problem is John.
If Ghana has a problem ever, that problem is Nana at the Danquah. And the mistake that we have made as a country independent is the fact that we give Nana the opportunity to become a president of this country. He doesn't deserve it.